Hello everyone, welcome back and let's continue our exploitation on vulnerable machine. Till now we have covered many vulnerabilities, be it VSTPD, telnet or some misconfiguration in FTP. But now let's see what we can find. So looking at our results, as we can see we have port 193 and port 445 open. And why we are looking on them is because these ports are associated with Samba and it is a service used for file sharing between systems. However, if we notice our scan carefully, we notice that our scan result didn't give us the exact version, as it only says Samba between 3.x to 4.x, and we don't know the exact version of our Samba port. So how do we determine the exact version? We can use Google for knowing the exact version of Samba it is using, but that would consider a cheating and less efficient manner because we have everything inside our Kali Linux machine to gather information about any vulnerability or any software. So now what we will do is we will search for our exploit available for Samba using a command that we have used earlier. So that was search exploit. So we will just type search exploit and then the name of Samba. So as we click enter, as you can see, we have a lot of exploits for Samba in TXT format, in Python, in Ruby, but there are just too many. So instead of testing them all, we have to identify that what exact Samba version it's running on. So to exact the same Samba version our target is running on, we can use some scans. And as Nmap scan didn't reveal the exact version, as we can see here, it is only telling us the range, but Nmap is not the only scanner we have. We have a scanner in Metasploitable as well. So if we open Metasploitable in one of our terminals, so let's just open MSF console, and as you can see we have some modules here, exploit, auxiliary and post exploitation modules. So now these auxiliary modules can work as a scanners also sometimes. So what we will do, we will type search Samba, and as we hit enter you can see we have some exploits related to Samba and their targets are automatic, Windows 20, Windows 2000, Windows XP, but we are not looking for them. We are looking for some auxiliary modules. So let's just scroll a bit up. So after scrolling a bit, we can see we have an auxiliary module that is used as a scanner. So we will just copy it here. Okay, now since we know that these are the auxiliary modules that we need to find, and these are the scanner ones. So let's just try once from ourselves. So if we type use auxiliary and then we will type scanner SMB, and if we double tap we have a lot of options here. So what we are going to look for is the version of SMB. So if we look around, which exploit, which auxiliary module can help us is this last one. So we will just type SMB underscore version tab, and as we click enter we are inside the auxiliary module. And now if we type show options, it has very finite options and it wants us to set our host, and as we know that our host is the target host IP address and our port, like on which port we want to attack, and it is not required to specify, so we won't change anything here. What is required is our port and thread is already presetted, and thread is the number of concurrent threads as per host. So once we type info to check what is what this auxiliary module does, so we can check this description that says fingerprint and display version information about SMB server, protocol information and host operating system if available will be reported, and host operating system detection requires remote server to support version 1 of SMB protocol. Okay, so we are now all set. So let's set our host now, and our host IP address was 192.168.29.122. So as we click enter, it sets the R host once we check options again, and now it is confirmed that the R host is set. So let's type run command to see if it works or not. So as we typed run command, we can see the host could not be identified. So it tells us our host on port 445 is using Samba version 3.0.20 and it's Debian. So alright, now we know that which version of Samba services our target machine is using on port 445. So now let's find some exploits related to this version, and to find the correct exploit we will just type search exploit Samba, and then we will type the version of our Samba services. So as you can see, we have a lot of exploit titles here. We have 4 titles, and the first exploit is used for bypassing the security or bypassing the firewall. It is useful but not for us, as it says it is for txt and we are not going to use txt file here. Then we have Samba version that lies within our version and searches till 0.25 RC3 version, and this is what we are looking for. It is command execution file that is inside our Metasploit, and it is in Ruby extension. This is the one we are going to use. We have also some more version that lies for us. As we see, the last one is a very crucial one, that is for denial of service attack, and it is coded in Python. Now we are not going to do denial of service attack, but when you are in the real world scenario, you must have to report all of these exploit if you found. So take a note here. So which exploit we are going to use is this one, user map script. So now if we type search Samba here in Metasploit, you can see we have to find exploits. And if we scroll a little bit up, okay, we have found our perfect exploit, which says Metasploit multi Samba user map script. And if we look here on the second terminal, it is the same exploit we want to use. So let's go back to our third terminal once again. And this exploit was disclosed on 2007. Its rank is excellent, and its description says it is for username map script command execution. So to use it, just copy it, scroll a little bit down, and you have to just type use and paste this command, and it says no payload configured, defaulting to reverse netcat. And if we check options here, local host is already set to our Kali Linux virtual machine's IP address, and it is the listening address. And then lhost is also configured already, and it is our port that we are listening on. Then what is required here to set is this R host. As we see, all the 3 options up there is not required to fill, and we have to only set R host as the R port is already set here. So now let's set the target IP address. We will type set R host and type the IP address of our target, that is 192.168.29.122. and if we type show options again, we can see our target is set here. And if we type run, we can see the process of exploiting is started. So let's just wait and sit back for a moment and let it handle everything. So as we can see, command shell session 1 is opened, and if we type who am I here, it says root. Now we again have gained access over our Metasploitable vulnerable machine, and we can do anything here. We can create any directory, we can do anything we want here. As we have now the root access, we can even crash the whole system. To exit this session, we can either type simply exit, or we can use Ctrl+C command as well, and we will type yes, and the session is aborted. And to exit this module, we just have to type exit, and now we are out of MSF console. Now what we did today is we identified that Samba is running on port 139 and port 445. We used Metasploit as a scanner. Then we found the exploit related to its version after identifying the version using Metasploit as a scanner. Then we selected username map script and we exploited our target. In the next video, we are going to use something you would be fascinated to know. That is a brute force attack. And in brute force attack, we create a large number of files with passwords and username, and we just throw it on our target and it will match the username and login credentials, and we will gain access through a brute force attack. See you in the next lecture.